On Shabbat, this week, we will read the Torah reading of Beha'alotcha. It's a story of a journey of the people in the desert after departing from Mount Sinai, heading towards the land, promised land, and all of a sudden, as happens a couple of times, the people start complaining. Mostly the Erev Rav, the groupings of people who came from Egypt, the Egyptians who joined their people on their journey. They weren't originally Jewish people. They joined them afterwards and didn't go through the suffering and the refinement in Egypt. So they caused quite a bit of trouble during their journeys. And they started complaining. They had a desire. They wanted to have meat. They had food, they had manna from heaven, they had water, they had other things, but they were complaining that they wanted to have meat. And Moses cried out to God. Moses cried out, what should I do with these people? And the beautiful words that Moses says, have I conceived these people? Have I given birth to them? That you tell me to carry them like a nurse carries a suckling. Me ayin li basar, where am I to get meat to give to these people? Moses was saying, I'm a teacher. I'm a spiritual guide. I could give them the Torah. I could help them study. I could guide them spiritually. But why do I have to give them meat? Am I a butcher? And God turns to him and says, yes, you are the one who has to provide for them as well. Not only do you have to care for them spiritually, but you also have to care for them for their physical needs and even for their desires and passions, which they don't really need. For the food they don't really need it, but just to have a craving for. And indeed, God makes a miracle through Moses, and they had the quail which served them. What's the lesson for us? What's the idea for us? We see as Moses is a great leader, a leader who taught them, who gave them the Torah. But the reason the Jewish people followed Moses, and Moses' greatness wasn't only in his spiritual giving, but more importantly perhaps in his physical caring for the people. Our great leaders are the ones who care for us and care for others for their physical needs as well. In 2 weeks, we'll be marking 28 years since the passing of a great leader, the Lubavitcher Rebbe. The Rebbe inspired thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to live a better life, more meaningful life, more Jewish life, to embrace their Judaism. It was a very difficult time. It was right after the Holocaust. The Jews were broken. Am Yisrael was hurting, and the Rebbe picked up the pieces and encouraged and inspired and helped rebuild Judaism after the Holocaust. I was very fortunate to live and grow up with the Rebbe in the Rebbe's neighborhood. I heard him speak. I have gifts from him. And the Rebbe's kindness is what shined. Really what the Rebbe was, his teachings are amazing. Values and values of ideas, of encouragement and very specific guidance. Until today, his messages are guidance for hundreds of thousands of people around the world. But what really connected, and what the Rebbe's dedication, what inspired people was his dedication and his love for each and every one of us. Like Moses in a generation, yes, he provided the food as well. When people had medical issues, when people needed guidance of what to do, the Rebbe helped them, encouraged them, and gave of himself. A very important lesson for us to continue to perpetuate the Rebbe's vision of kindness and goodness and inspiration. Let's help each other. Let's help others. As the saying goes, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Shabbat Shalom. Let's learn and be inspired by the Rebbe.